Hello everyone, my name is John Paul and now we are going to see the practical number 10 of our PPA subject. The practical number 10 is memory management using pointer operation. This is basically dynamic memory allocation in C. So what is dynamic memory allocation and how does it differ from the normal memory allocation? So dynamic memory allocation is basically we are declaring and storing a variable inside the heap location of the memory, while the normal memory allocation occurs at the stack location. So here we are using malloc to store the store the values of the array. So for this we have to print in the input format. We are giving a size of an array and then the values of the array. First we have to print this values on the array, and then we have to find the average of this array. So first we are getting a size using the scanf, and then we are declaring an array using the dynamic memory allocation. So dynamic memory allocation basically needs a pointer to be declared with. So that's why it's an integer pointer which has been declared with malloc, and malloc only reserves the number of bytes, which is different from calloc, which store what can I say reserves a number of bytes and initials them to 0. While malloc doesn't do that, it will only reserve the number of bytes. And then we are using scanf together with the for loop to get all the values of the array. And then finally we are also doing something else, which is sum plus is equal to reading height. So what this will do is add all the values on the array into an float variable, so that it will be easier for us to like find the average. And then we are now first printing out the soil moisture readings using a for loop and a printf function. And then finally we are now printing the average soil moisture. For this we are just dividing sum with the n, which is the sum is the total of the array, and then n is the size of an array. And finally this free reading, what is it basically does is usually dynamic memory allocation basically means it's like a renting a room, and that's why after we finished we're using the array, we are using free function to free the space that we reserved before using the malloc and the dynamic memory allocation functions. And that's how and that's how the program is ended. That's why we are ending it with a return 0, and that's it. Thank you.